Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and welcome to Tales Unlimited Kitchen Rants. It's 7 o'clock on Monday, the 8th of August. And I did a story earlier this morning called The Poker Auction. Brilliant idea, if I do say so myself. Master criminal steals stuff, has teams of thieves, from hijackers to cat burglars, grifters, you name it. And they steal stuff of value, high end. And somehow he gets his hands on a truth serum. Permanent duration. You tell the truth, you feel high. You don't tell the truth, you feel excruciating pain that worsens and worsens and worsens until either you tell the truth, you black out, or you die. A politician's worst nightmare. Any number of entities would love to get their hands on this stuff. You could water it down, you can even make it stronger, but the whole thing is this stuff will bond to your DNA. The applications of that are unique. To have a poison that bonds to your DNA seamlessly, the applications of that. Ooh, oh. So how do you fence this? Well, basically, the guy says, I want $300 million. I don't want, like, you're going to pay me more than $300 million? And everyone's like, no, that's a little too much. That's what I figured, but I still want $300 million. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to send your best poker player with $50 million in cash, and we'll convert that into chips. And six of you, basically have a private little poker game. Winner take all. Whoever wins gets the serum, gets the formula. And an American super spy is one of the players, not even undercover, and he wins. Wins, gets the prize, delivers it, and it should have been a happily ever after. But then I had this prompt in my head. Here's the prompt. What if there was a vampire who bites, and his bite is such that when he bites you, he turns you into a Renville, loyal slave. You'll die for him. You'll do whatever he says. You'll even forget being bitten if he tells you to. And he bit this spy months prior. And it gets worse. If you don't counter the effects of the bite or kill the vampire that bit you in X amount of time, you turn. And the effect is permanent. So technically, it is a permanent bite, but there's a window where it can be undone. Mystical cures, alchemical, straight magic, or kill the vamp. And again, if you don't do it in time, you turn. And this master vampire wants that serum, but it's in a vault behind locks and locks and locks and locks. And only a super spy with fangs has a slightest chance to get it out. And I'll stop there. This story is a stinker. It makes no sense. You don't combine those two things, right? A high-end poker thing alone, that should be the story itself. I just don't know poker. I mean, I do some research, sit people down, and turn this into something bigger. Just like center the story on poker itself or on the attempted theft of this serum. But I put these two together, and it seemed like a good idea at the time, but nope, this one's a dud. But the idea is going to linger in my head like a fart in a car. I know it. And someday I might put this into a larger work, like a book, like a doomsday weapon in a poker game to determine who walks away with it. That is clever. The Master Vampire, okay, that's kind of interesting too. The whole bite, the whole maybe this, maybe that. But they just don't belong together. But I went with it anyway. Sometimes you gotta drive through a story all the way to the end of the journey to see where it ends up. And who knows, maybe it can be salvaged, but my stinky sense is tingling on this one. And that's a good thing. I've written a whole bunch of stories. I know the difference between the good, the bad, and the needs work. So that's what. So that is that. Battery Volume 7. Just finished the rough drafts. I'm going to do another polish or two, and then it's off into the editing process. I like these prompts. Oh, these prompts are messed up. And cookbook's coming along. Short story editing, slugging a little bit, but I got a lot of work on me, and not so much in the way of gigs, just a day job. I'll figure it out. Okay, I'm Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited. Please like and subscribe. iVillain.net, that is my website. Please check it out. 21 books available on Amazon and Kindle. Have a lovely evening.